Thanks for doing this, Steve. Jerry, I'll start us off. I was talking with Stephen Barno, the Big Ten network analyst, and he said you have the best young backcourt in the league. And I wanted to get your thoughts on that, Steve. What do you think of the way these guys have developed your guards this season, and what's been the biggest stride they've taken?
Well, I mean, I'm proud of how all those guys, have developed. Remember when we went in the season, we had 6 guys out of our 11 scholarship guys that hadn't played in the Big Ten game. So, really, excited about the development. Gio obviously, but Montez and Caleb McConnell, have really, and Ron Harper have really, improved and figured it out, and not just in games and practices too, and how to prepare, and I think better days ahead for them too. So, really excited, and if you want to throw Miles in there too, how his develops too in the front court, has helped us along with the other guys in the program. So I'm pleased with the development. We got a long way to go, but they continue to be very coachable. They continue to learn through film too, which I love, and come to practice every day with a great mindset. So I'm excited about the development and know they can get a lot better too. So it even gets me more excited knowing that they got a long ways to go, and they could really develop into really good players in this league.
Steve, one more follow-up on Gio, and how is he settled into the position of being a playmaker? What have you seen from him that's really made him make him make a stride in terms of that? And I think one thing that I've noticed is his turnovers have been real down. What has he done to help?
I think I just see his development in so many different ways. Like he huddles guys up now. He does an unbelievable job with huddles and communicating, and then even in our huddles, he's just let's run this play. Let's blitz on that. Let's different things that he's seeing on the court that he wasn't seeing before, or he's seeing now and sharing with his teammates. So his defense has improved 1,000%, like 1,000%, like in every way, getting through screens, guiding the guy in the right direction, not letting him go left, not letting him go right, fighting through staggered doubles. So his improvement has come, and I always say this, and I told you guys this about 5 games ago. I challenged him defensively, and he's really gotten better in that area too. But I think he's just feeling more comfortable running our team, and feeling comfortable with some of the new things that we've implemented, and telling our younger guys, and he's a young guy, so sometimes it's hard. He's halfway through his sophomore year. Telling our young guys are a year younger than him, they're freshmen. I think he feels more comfortable in that role too with his leadership. So, really pleased. He's gotten better and better, and I think it shows.
These last 2 games of the season are against teams that you've seen before. Having had a feel of these guys and them having a feel of you, how does it affect your preparation and the adjustments you're kind of making and entering the game?
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 real hard venues here. We have senior night at Iowa, and then we have senior night at Indiana. So we're in that, and then we haven't played Penn State in a long time, and obviously Penn State is playing as good at basketball as anybody in the league. So 3 really different games, challenging games. The second go-round is just a little different in that we try to make some adjustments from the first game, but also these teams are very different now than they were the first time we played them. So, it doesn't make it any easier in your prep, because it's the second go-round. You just have a little more familiarity, especially our freshmen kind of have a little more familiarity with personnel, from the other team. So we prepare always the same, like 1 game at a time, and playing really good teams, ranked Iowa team at home, who's great, on senior night. So huge challenges for us, and sold out venues probably. So it's exciting, these challenges, but we also got to go in there with a great mindset. When you're on the road, it's a whole different world that you're up against.
Coach, Aaron Reitman, wanted to ask you, your last road game was last Wednesday, and you've had extra days off in between the last game this week than normal, during the season. How has that helped you prepare for the stretch run?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, trying to get guys off their feet and get some rest. It's a grueling season, as you guys know, with travel, and we've been doing this since July, and it's a mental and physical part of it. And so to give them a couple days off their feet is I think going to help us, a great deal. And today we had yesterday off, so today we're back on track and getting them back in the room. But they needed some days off, and they need it mentally and they need it physically. So that's the good thing. And the second go round with prep, they're not learning teams for the first time, so that helps too in how we prepare them film wise and some of the different tactics we're trying to do in practice, and show a couple different looks here too. So it gives us some extra time to put in some new stuff that I've wanted to put in, and hopefully a couple new out of bounds sets, and some different things that we can use moving forward here down the last couple games of the season.
Thanks, Steve. It's James. After the game, I know you guys played Iowa the first time. The emotions are very raw, but a lot of guys even that moment amped up and played them again. How do you work with that with a young team that maybe feels like something was stolen from it the first time around?
Yeah, I mean, again, after games, they make some statements and things like that. Now 3 weeks, or a couple weeks later, now you got to play the game, but you got to play well. I do, and I talk to our guys about that all the time. You have to play good basketball, both ends of the floor when you're playing ranked teams on the road on senior night. So, these young guys haven't been through that. They don't have all the answers. They've never played a ranked team on senior night on the road in a sold-out venue. So they go through things for the first time, but, you're going to have to play well. You can talk about it, and that's great. All the talk in the world doesn't get you to do what you need to do in these kind of environments. So I just remind them all the time, we're on the road in the toughest conference in the country and the hardest conference to win road games. I mean, every game I turn the TV on is sold out. It's really unbelievable, and that's what makes this league great. So you got to play great. You can talk all you want, but you got to play.
Steve, do you know anything about Andrew Francis, who's going to be coaching this game for Iowa? I guess he's been with Francis since the Siena days.
I know they got a great staff, and he's been with them, for a long time. Much respect for their whole staff and the program. I think they're a program, so I'm sure at this time of the year they got a lot of veteran players, and he'll do a great job as Fran does too, and they'll be well prepared. I do know that about their entire staff.
Okay, thanks.
Appreciate it. Anything else, guys? You guys good?